Hi everyone, welcome to Informatica support videos. I'm Nitya and this demo is about how to configure log loader in dynamic data masking. By end of this demo you will learn how to load the log information from the rule log into the database using log loader utility. To give an overview on what a log loader is, log loader is a utility that loads the content of data masking rule log file into a database. We can use the DB client tools to analyze log information that the log loader loads into the database tables. The log loader loads information from the rule log file into database like Oracle, DB2, Microsoft SQL Server and Informix. The rule.log file will be present in DDM home logs directory. The rule log file logs the statements that the DDM server modifies as it sends statements from the application into the database server. Here below are the steps for configuring log loader. So the first step is to create the database user, and then we create the log loader tables and we configure the log loader properties file, and finally we run the log loader utility. Now let's go in detail with the steps. In this demo I'm going to explain you on how to load the log information into an Oracle database. So first we need to log into SQL Plus using a DB user and create a user that will be used for loading the log details. I create user with the name ddm underscore log, and then we need to grant necessary privileges for that user. So now we are done with the user creation, and the next step is to create the tables in this user. So the table scripts are located in the DDM home log loader directory. So if you see here, it's a DDM home log loader and we have a SQL directory. So once we go here, we can see the database like Oracle, SQL Server, Informix, DB2 on which you can configure the log loader. So as I told you before, in this demo we are using Oracle. So now we see the scripts here: create rule log table oracle.sql and create statement log table.sql. So there are only two tables that needs to be created with the DDM user whatever we create. So one is rule underscore log and one is statement underscore log. So first we need to connect with the user whatever we created and then run these scripts. So now I connect with the newly created user. Now I'm going to run the scripts. The first one is rule log. And now the second one is statement log. So now we are done with the table creation, and the third step is to configure the log loader properties file. Log loader properties file is located in the directory ddm home log loader cfg. Again we have a database specific here, so since we are configuring Oracle, go inside Oracle and we will be configuring this file log loader underscore oracle dot properties. Now we can see this is a default properties file. We need to modify this file first. So ak.instance is the host name where the DDM server is running, and log dir should be the log directory where the rule.log exists. So ddm 952 log, this is where the rule.log exists, so we need to give this path here. And next is the JDBC URL. This is the JDBC URL where we have to configure the Oracle database where we have created the database user. This should be the host name of the Oracle database, and the port number and the SID. and we need to give the DDM user whatever we created for storing the log information and the corresponding password. So now we are done with the configuration. We have to save this file. Once we are done with the modification, next is to copy this file from the current directory to the CFG directory of the log loader. So the modified file is under Oracle directory. Copy this file and paste it in CFG directory, and then we have to rename this file as logloader.properties. As we know that this properties file does not have the password encrypted, so this is a security issue. So in order to have the password encrypted, what we need to do is we have to run the log loader utility with the encrypt option. So when we are running the log loader utility with the encrypt option, it is not basically going to populate the database. It will create an entry in this property file for the password encryption, and then it will encrypt the password and save the file. So once we are done with this step, only then we will be running the log loader utility without any option. By that way, it will populate the database with the log information. So now we are going to run the utility with the encrypt option in order to encrypt the password. Now we need to run the log loader utility with the encrypt option. So go to the directory where DDM is installed, log loader. Here we have the utility logloader.bat. Now we run with encrypt option. So the command completed. Now go back to the file, and now we can see a new property is added, password encrypted equal to true, and we can see jdbc.password has an encrypted value. So now we are ready to go with the utility to populate the database with the log information. So run the logloader.bat. Now we can see the information like log loader started, connected, and finally loading log data. Now we need to check whether the log information is loaded to the appropriate tables in the user whatever we created. So now we connect to the same user. We can check in the schema browser the tables, rule log, the data. We can see the data is already loaded. And similarly for the statement log, we can see all the statements that is executed. So statement underscore log and rule underscore log are the two tables that stores all the log information. So we can see the columns in statement underscore log or statement ID, which is a unique identifier of the original SQL statement, and the line number, which is a row number. So statement line, this is a SQL statement which is sent to the dynamic data masking server. So say like the SQL statement is very long, and the SQL statement gets stored in multiple lines with that identifies with a line number, and rule log that has all the following properties: server name, connection date, connection time, and so on, etc. Another important thing about this utility is it can store the content of rule log files from different servers into the same database tables. To achieve this, we need to configure the log loader property files in each dynamic data masking server installation and run the log loader utility. So each log loader installed with the dynamic data masking server stores the rule log information in the database which we mentioned in the log loader properties file. The server name column of the rule log table lists the server that the log information is from. If you have any queries, you can write to supportvideos@informatica.com or https://twitter.com/infosupport. Thank you.